Hey everybody, I'm Tommy and you're on the Love Boat. Brock Bandy, good to see you. Aunt KK, good to have you here. Kristen Melinda, Renee B, Mike Bragg, glad that you are here. Winchester Super X, hello, how are you? Glad that you have chosen to spend a little time here as well. Let's see who else we got. We've got Honey, glad that you are here. Sandy Wendy, Ann from Massachusetts is here, glad that you are here. Yeah. Sandy Wendy, glad that you are here. Hi, Reese. I don't think Reese is in here. Ann of Cleavers, how are you? Unless it was a different Reese. I don't think that she's in here. Karen Harris, how are you? Glad that you are here. So I'm glad to hear you're doing terrific. Winchester Super X, I am glad. So let me bring you up to speed, man. Jeremy Fowler, glad that you are here. I actually have a hell of a lot to talk about. Wendy R, there you are. I have an awful lot to talk about. But Lisa Trimble, good to see you. Glad that you are here, Lisa. DS Kitty, there you are. But I'm not sure that I'm going to be able to get through it today. I am. This is one of the live feeds that in the past I would have probably tried to just muscle my way through. Ann of Cleavers, good to see you. Wes Lightburn, how are you? My neck is absolutely killing me. I was doing research today. I don't think I've completely healed. You tend to stare down at screens and you keep your neck in a position. Tommy Bird, how are you? And I just can't get myself into any kind of a position that's comfortable, and it's causing me, it's causing me distress. So I'm going to go over a couple of things real quick. Number one, I got a lot of emails from people that said, you know, the news is saying that Diddy didn't. Disclosure on, how are you? That Diddy didn't actually get busted for alcohol, and people. The news is reporting that he still has to go through the process and be found guilty and go through all that. They don't take your good time in advance. I don't know if you understand how the prison system works, but they don't take your good time first, and then you go through the process of trying to figure out what's going on. It doesn't work that way. He lost his good time because he's already seen a disciplinary hearing officer who decided to take away GTC. That stands for good time credits. That is a fact. They can spin this and say anything they want because they're very aware of the fact that the Federal Bureau of Prisons isn't going to leak this info, at least officially. So if you call up there and say, hey, what's going on? Cindy G, good to see you. If you call up there and say, hey, I heard that he got busted, that they're not going to give you any of that information. They're very tight-lipped about things like that. Rip Curl, good to see you. There are obviously people that are leaking stuff because we heard some information that we probably shouldn't have concerning the write-ups, but you're not going to be able to get that information verified from the prison. So large news organizations, mainstream media is talking about how this dude didn't get any kind of a write-up for alcohol, and they're denying all of this, and that it could have been the phone shot. You're not losing 27 days for a phone shot. I'm here to tell you, I promise you, because I was a loser when I did time, and you get busted for alcohol or drugs. The first time that happens, you're going to lose 27 days of good time. That's just the way it goes. It is a number that I said on a show before they took it from him. I said 27 is probably what you're going to be looking at. They take away 27 days of good time the first time you screw up. I promise you that's what happened. He also had a job working in the laundry, and everyone is reporting that he had this terrible job in the laundry, and now he's got a very cush position working in the chapel. Honestly, you would much rather be working in laundry. It's kind of the hustler's place to be because you have the ability to interact with people that are not in your unit constantly. It also gives you a very easy way to pass contraband. If you get caught for a phone shot, they're going to take somewhere between 7 to 14 days. That phone shot has not yet gone through the litigation process. It is an unusual shot. The term shot isn't, they say that that's slang inside the prison system. It is not. That is what the Bureau of Prisons calls it. In the state joint, they might call it a write-up. In the Federal Bureau of Prisons, it is called a shot. Shots come in 100 series, 200 series, 300 series, and 400 series. I heard on a news program, one of you sent it to me, where a reporter said, as far as the BOP is concerned, a alcohol shot is on par for the same level with murder. It is absolutely not. It's one of the dumbest things anyone has ever said. but they are both 100 series shots. But when you get into the 100 series, that is the most, that's the biggest deal of all of them. A 100 is killing somebody. They used to call what he did a 112 or a 113. My understanding is they bumped it up to like 128, 129 or something like that. It can get you a decent amount of time lost for good time credits, but it is nothing in comparison to killing somebody. If you do that, you're not going to see a disciplinary hearing officer and then going to the SHU and getting back out. Hello, Just Joan. Can we get some prayers? Put some ones up there for Caroline in Canada. I'm in the hospital and had an accident while I was in. Oh my goodness. Thoughts and prayers with you. I'm sorry to hear that. Truly I am. But if you kill somebody, you're going to ADX. If you kill somebody inside federal prison, 99 out of 100 times they're going to send you to the administration detention facility in Florence, Colorado. This is a big deal. This is a very ugly place to do time. They cut off, hello, David. They cut you off from having interaction with inmates or other people as much as humanly possible, literally. The way that prison is built, you're in a cell all by yourself. Canito Warrior, glad you're here. David, good to have you. You're in a cell all by yourself, and the cell actually has a door and then another door, right? So there's like a sally port. There's like a little entryway that you have to go through the first door that has kind of bars on it to get to the second one. This is to ensure that you can't fish from one cell to another by taking a string that you make, a rope that you make, and tying something to it so that you can throw that out and have your homeboy in the next cell pull it in. Because in a lockdown unit, you can go back and forth between cells doing that. Marcy, good to have you here. You're not going to be able to do that in the ADX. You're also not going to see the sun unless they want you to, and that's literally a thing. I'm not being a wise guy. When the Unabomber was there, he didn't see the sun for the entire time that he was locked up. There have been lawsuits against ADX. It is absolutely vicious. They have not even moved Sean Combs out of the unit that he was in. He didn't go to the segregated housing unit. That would lead me to believe, not that he's spoiled, because if you do that for one inmate, you're going to get them killed. Whatever they're doing for inmates, they're going to do for all of them. My guess is that there's a lot of alcohol abuse there. Good to see you, brother. My guess is that there's a lot of booze getting consumed there. On yards where there are shots all the time for alcohol, they're not putting people in the SHU for it. It's like a revolving door. When I was at Victorville, they would take an inmate who got caught drunk and put them in a drunk cell. Literally. They would take you and put you in a cell for 24 hours, and then they would kick you back to your unit. At which point you go about your day, and they'll call your name over the loudspeaker when it's time to go in there and see the disciplinary hearing officer on a television screen. Sean Combs most assuredly has 2 write-ups in the federal system, 2 shots. One is a 100 series shot. Phone shots were always a 300 series when I was in prison. They're not anymore. Apparently, they have moved that to a 200 series. It's like a 290 something. It's a little bit more severe. And what they can do with a 200 series shot is take more time. They probably won't. It's not one of the infractions that they break people off for. Drinking and drugs are. This is not. More than likely, he's not going to get a whole lot of trouble from that. He could lose 7 days of good time. When you're on the heels of just losing 27 days, very often the disciplinary hearing officer will go, you just lost 27 days. We're just going to take away your phone. We're going to take away your ability to use your MP3 player or your visits or your store. These are the things that they take away from you. They're called sanctions. Good evening, friends. Somber mood for me, but glad to be here. Hubs is in the hospital. We need more prayers. Woman of wonder. Can we get some more ones, people? Sorry to hear that so many folks are struggling right now, but if we could get some more positive thoughts and prayers for Woman of Wonder. That's a bummer, but I'm glad that you chose to take a little time with us. I'm not feeling it either. My neck is killing me. I'm in a really, really, I'm just in a terrible position. Sinstar says, I just never wanted him to take away my commissary. It is a really bad thing when they take away your commissary, especially when you're using that commissary for the purpose of paying off drug debts, alcohol, gambling, any of those things. JC, good to see you. That's a real thing. You can get into a lot of trouble if you can't pay your bills. They're also making a huge deal in the press about he was having money brought up to the prison to buy drugs. I talked about this on my last show, and people have sent me emails saying, yeah, you're wrong on this. It was $200. $200 in ones, right? $200 in ones. Sorry, people. But who who buys drugs with $1 bills, right? There's nothing that they're selling in prison that isn't really expensive. You can take $10 worth of street heroin inside prison is worth pretty close to $100. So he wasn't getting $200 sent up. He was telling the person he was on the phone with, when you come up to visit, bring $200 in ones so that he could plug them into a vending machine, which doesn't work, by the way, but he's a fish. In the parlance of prison, he's a fish. He's a guy that doesn't know anything about the regulations and the rules of the prison system. You're not allowed to bring dollars. You have to bring coins, and you can't bring more than $25 to visiting. But that's how you buy microwave hamburgers, desserts, sodas, things that you can't get inside, but you can when your people come and hang out. It's one of those situations where the misinformation machine is going to be ramping up like you wouldn't believe. Some of it is by design. They're trying to get this guy a pardon, so they're trying to make the American people feel bad for him. I don't think it's working. But some of it is just ignorance, right? Even the people that I've seen on some of these mainstream programs who are the experts, so to speak, it's not something that these people seem to have any idea what they're talking about. I promise you, the prison system is, they don't change it much. They may have changed some of the write-ups and moved them from a 300 series to a 200 series, but these things have been going on forever. There's a lot of stuff, folks, that we need to talk about. There's a couple of cases that I really want to talk about. He wants honey buns. Yeah, that's big in there. Yeah, you know what? My computer screen is actually, believe it or not, it's actually raised and the camera is down some. The problem becomes that I'm in bad shape. I'm not feeling it. I have a kind of a congestion headache. My allergies, both me and my brother, have just been getting absolutely pummeled by it. I am going to be back tomorrow. There's a lot that I want to talk about. There's a rumor going around that I'm back on the needle. We need to talk about that and where it came from. There's just some crazy stuff going on, and I do want to address all of it. I just can't do it now. I apologize, people. I wish that this was going to be a longer feed, but I'm not feeling it. I'm having, and in the past, I would just plug through this. I'm not going to. Why would they ever think that we should feel sorry for a multi-rich, nasty person? Well, they're in the process of taking away a lot of that money. His business can't make money anymore. He's in a lot of trouble, folks. There are 77 lawsuits against him. A lot of them are going to be BS. A lot of them are going to be thrown out, especially the ones that are being brought by people anonymously. That just doesn't seem to be getting a lot of traction. But from what I've been reading, there's about 40 of them that I think are probably going to go through the entire system. And this guy's going to end up really broke, in my opinion. And I don't think he's a guy that can get out and rally and do a tour and have people watch him. Everything he did was so reprehensible. If he had just, the first time that the Cassie Ventura allegations came out, if he hadn't come out and said that these are all lies, only to see the video come out the next day, but he didn't. He didn't take responsibility until he was busted. Then he goes into court, tells the judge and everyone else in there that 25, this is the first time he's been off of everything in 25 years. He's sober. He's going to stay that way. And he makes 3 days inside prison before he gets a 100 series shot for abusing. So it just doesn't make sense at all. All right, people, I'm Tommy. I apologize. I'm just not feeling it. Between now and the next time I see you, put a little love in your heart. Please come back tomorrow night. I got a lot of heavy stuff to talk to you about. A lot of it having to do with my life. Please come back tomorrow night. I'm Tommy. Appreciate you. I'll see you on the next one. God bless.